Welcome back to the Filipino FM channel, your home for Filipino Football Manager content. Today, we are back with another Football Manager 2023 experiment. We are going to see how important the important match hidden attribute is in Football Manager. So to test this, I have simulated forward one season to the UEFA Champions League final, the most important of all the important club matches in the game. And in this version of the game, it's Liverpool versus Real Madrid. And essentially what I've done is I've created Liverpool and Real Madrid to be two identical teams with only one attribute difference across the team, and that is the important match attribute. So let me go into the players and maybe it will make more sense when I've done that. So first we are going to click on Liverpool and we are going to go to their tactics screen and we see we have all the players here and I've made each player identical so that each player is a perfect player. This was just the easiest way to make them identical. So each player on Liverpool is perfect. They have 20s for all their attributes. They have the same height and weight. And if we look at their hidden attributes, they all have perfect hidden attributes except for one thing. They have a 1 for their important match hidden attribute. So we see this here with Allison, as well as here with Trent Alexander-Arnold, despite having all 20s for all of his attributes, as well as here with Virgil van Dijk, despite it being 20 for all of his attributes, and so on and so forth. So everyone here on Liverpool is the perfect player aside from one attribute, as they have 1 for their important match attribute. On the flip side, if we click on Real Madrid, I have done the exact same thing for all their players. So they have 20s. They are the perfect player for every single player. And they also have a 20 for their important matches. So this is throughout the Real Madrid squad as well. We'll also click on Federico Valverde. We can look through his important matches is a 20. So essentially, both Liverpool and Real Madrid are the perfect players. They are the perfect team, except Liverpool has the worst rating for the important matches, and Real Madrid has the best rating for important matches. And I want to see how important is the important match rating. Will all of Liverpool's players have poor match ratings? And will Real Madrid win because all of their players have really good match ratings? And essentially, from my understanding of how the important match rating works, is that it combines a little bit with other attributes such as like consistency and pressure to define how a player is going to do in a game. And essentially, how a player is going to do a game in Football Manager, from my understanding, is it's a roll of the dice. And in an important match, the important match rating attribute will give a higher probability of that roll of a dice towards them having a bad rating. So in theory, the probability of Real Madrid's players doing really well should be really high, while the probability of Liverpool's players doing really well will be really low. So essentially, the hypothesis for this test is that Liverpool's players are going to do very poorly because of that poor important match rating. Real Madrid's players will do very well because they have a high important match rating. And as a result, Real Madrid should win. So we're going to test that today. We're going to play the Champions League final between Real Madrid and Liverpool, with Liverpool being terrible in important matches, Real Madrid being very good in important matches, and we are going to see who's going to win. So I'm going to click on this match, and we're going to watch the highlights, and we're going to see what happens. See you in the match. We are underway. Real Madrid getting us started in the Champions League final. Let's see how we do. So I'm going to keep, as far as the touchline tablet, we're going to have both Real Madrid and Liverpool up here, and we're going to see how the ratings are for each of those players. Again, each team is identical with all their attributes. They are identical with all their hidden attributes. The only difference is that important match rating. And interestingly, Liverpool, with the first opportunity here, and it turns into an opportunity potentially for Real Madrid as Nacho works down the line. He plays it back to Rodrigo, but it's an excellent steal from Curtis Jones. And Liverpool is in with Darwin Nunez. Can he finish? And it's a goal for the team. That is terrible in important matches. Liverpool takes the lead 1-0 over Real Madrid. And it was actually a mistake from Rodrigo in the middle. with a poor pass. Curtis Jones playing it down the line. Diego Jota finding Darwin Nunez, who finds the back of the net. And maybe important matches isn't that important. Real Madrid playing it out of the back here. Modric playing a good ball out wide to Vinicius, who plays a wonderful ball into Benzema, and he scores, and it's an immediately reply from Real Madrid, and it's 1-1. I mean, it seems like the important match rating could have helped there, or it could just be part of the back and forth of the match. Again, the interesting thing here is a lot more anxious faces on Liverpool than Real Madrid. It's possible that important match rating means they're more comfortable within the game, as Liverpool have an attack here. Harvey Elliott going down the left-hand side, passing it back to Fabinho. Curtis Jones hits the ball over. Valverde playing it out wide to Rodrigo. Excellent 1-2 between Rodrigo and Benzema, finding Valverde. This should be a goal if he can get it across, and it's well saved by Alisson. Great save. There isn't really a whole lot of difference between the two sides. Similar passes completed. There isn't a huge advantage in possession. The XG is pretty low, if not similar. Same number of shots. Real Madrid with just a couple more shots on target. But overall, there isn't a huge difference between the two teams at halftime. They are very even, but it doesn't seem like the important match rating is having a huge effect at this point in time. So let's go into the second half and see if that makes a difference. Again, I wouldn't say there's a huge difference between how the two teams are playing. I was definitely expecting more from Real Madrid. They do have a 20 in important matches. I mean, they have perfect players. I get that the perfect players are kind of equalizing each other, but I still just expected a little bit more from the team with 24 important matches as Mo Salah hits it over the bar. And it's still essentially nothing between the two teams. I was honestly expecting Real Madrid to kind of dominate this game, win 3-0 or something easy. But despite this, both teams are doing pretty well. There is a chance for Real Madrid here to win it right at the end of the match. And there's a chance for Liverpool here to win it right at the end of the match. As Alisson plays it out to Konate, Konate plays it forward to Harvey Elliott. And a few subs, but otherwise, it's a good ball into the box. It falls to Robertson. Robertson plays it in. This is a chance to win it if they can fashion out an opportunity. And on the flip side, it's now a counterattack for Real Madrid. Benzema plays it forward. Liverpool's defense is backing off. Carvajal with the opportunity. And it will be a corner and a chance for a Sergio Ramos-esque winner here, just as he equalized against Atletico Madrid. Toni Kroos to put the ball into the box, taking his time, and it's easily cleared away. And a lot of chances at the end of this match. There's just been a flurry of opportunities after a relatively cagey affair in the first 90, I would say. As Alaba plays it over to Militao. Militao plays it up to Horta, but it's won by Liverpool. And there's a chance for Luis Diaz to win it at the death. And Liverpool has won it at the very end of the match. Wow. This is a hugely unexpected result, as Liverpool potentially with the win right at the end of the game, breaking Madrid hearts. I don't think there's enough time for Madrid to win this. I don't think there's enough time for them to come back at this point. But it's a great ball into Benzema, but it's well saved by Alisson. And I think Alisson can run out the clock here. And that's it. I think Liverpool are going to win the Champions League despite having poor important match rating. And this is a huge surprise. Oh, and there's the music again. Okay, I'm gonna go to post-match. All right, I think this is potentially one of the most surprising results that I've had in these Football Manager experiments. And let's talk about it. Now, there are potentially some reasons that the important matches attribute may not have affected this game as much as it could. They were relative. I mean, both teams were equal in all senses. All of their players were equal. So it's not like Liverpool was better than Real Madrid. I mean, if anything, they were worse because of that important match rating. That being said, one, it might just be because English teams are OP in the game. So, I mean, Liverpool could have won because English teams are OP. But let's click on Darwin Nunez, for example. There are other attributes that contribute to the important matches. Well, one, every player on the team was perfect. So that may have contributed to it. I mean, they could have just been so good that they couldn't really have a bad game, which that could have contributed as well. But if we look at the hidden attributes here, there are other attributes that will affect how a player does in an important match. One is consistency. Another is pressure. It is possible that the perfect consistency and pressure meant that most players on Liverpool, despite the poor important match rating, just had a good roll of the dice that allowed them to beat Real Madrid. Now, granted, I'm just surprised at how poorly Real Madrid did. I mean, all of them should have had a good roll of the dice. I mean, every player in the squad had, excuse me, as I go to the hidden attributes, I mean, they all had perfect pressure. They all had perfect consistency and perfect important matches. So I'm gonna be honest, this is a really surprising result. I expected Real Madrid with perfect important matches rating to win easily. I was expecting them to win 3-0. But Liverpool came out and won it. This does suggest that maybe some other attributes may be affecting how players do in important matches beyond just the important match rating. Again, maybe pressure and consistency play a role in it. Possibly I maybe shouldn't have made them all perfect players. Maybe that played a role and kind of equalized each team. So if we ever do this again, we might try some other manipulations of our independent variable essentially to see if that has any effect and to see maybe if a low important matches with other poor hidden attributes affects the game even more. But thank you for watching this video. That is what I have for you all today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.